Welcome to the Matrix and Anna Valley online demonstration studio. Are you bored of Zoom, fed up with House Party, or tired of Teams? Well, if so, you're not alone. Today's demonstration will cover all the technology needed to build engaging online events for your clients and show all the services that we can offer to support you. This studio and everything in it can all be set up in controlled environments just like this one, where we can follow all the latest government safety advice. Let's start by showing you the studio we have here for you today. All the technology you can see here can be installed in any venue or office space and can be designed specifically for your event and your clients. We've used an LED wall backdrop and floor to allow us to create any look and feel that's designed digitally. So with a flick of a switch, we can change this canvas to anything you want. We have 3 stage areas to present from, all to add some variety and keep your audience engaged. First area is for main keynote delivery and presenting from the lectern. Second area for panel sessions or a fireside chat setup. And a third open area that can be used for demonstrations, house bands, or even DJs. Of course, this is just our design, and the whole environment could be designed by you, the agency, for your event. We've installed 4 HD cameras, 2 on tracks, 1 on a jib arm, and the last as a locked-off wide shot of the stage. This is to give us more options on dynamic camera work and in turn help raise the production value. This should offer something different to the locked-off webcam view that we're all seeing at the moment, plus keep the audience engaged and viewing for longer periods. This should all work towards creating a feel more like a live TV broadcast than a pre-recorded stage event. As we're using an LED backdrop with content delivered via a video server and switched through a Barco E2 system, we can use picture-in-picture with any content at all. This can be used for video inserts, PowerPoint presentations, voting, or interactive elements such as Slido, or even live links to remote presenters. This is all the tools that you're used to and more. Let's show you another studio stage we have set up here at Anna Valley headquarters. We call this the XR stage. This uses high-resolution LED walls and floor in conjunction with a disguised video server system and camera tracking that creates an extended reality theme. Here's David to give you a quick overview.
Hello and welcome to Anna Valley's XR or extended reality stage. As you can see, I'm surrounded by high-resolution LED walls and floor. So, first of all, let's show you what the presenter would see. These images give the presenter a sense of where they are in the virtual world and helps them interact with the surroundings naturally. Now, let's bring Dan in to the studio as a remote presenter. Hi Dan.
Hi David.
You created the notch block that sits on our disguised media server to run this XR stage, but can you tell me about your past and your role at Anna Valley, please?
Yeah, so I graduated university with a degree in 3D visual effects and went straight into the film and TV industry as a visual effects artist. I then learned about real-time rendering and notch, and that's where I joined Anna Valley as part of the advanced technology team. So our role is to do research and development to create new bespoke solutions for our clients.
Thank you very much, Dan. Now let's show you what the audience will see. By using extended reality, you can make your presenter appear in any design environment and not show our studio floor, ceiling, and anything beyond the LED walls. This studio also includes site camera tracking to give you a feel of real perspective, and as we create this environment in Notch, we can add some great features such as 3D graphics, voting, and realistic lighting control. We'll be running some XR specific demos soon, so please do leave a note in the chat, and if there's anything of interest to you, let us know. Thank you very much, and back to the main studio.
Thank you for that, David. As David mentioned there is a chat function. You'll be able to see this on your screen. Please feel free at any time to add any comments or questions, and we will answer them live in real time as best we can. We'll also select some of the questions to feed into the studio too and give some information or answers later on. I'd like to introduce a guest now. This is Peter Jones. Peter is Managing Director at Anna Valley. Pete, tell us about yourself, maybe your role within the company.
Hey, yeah, so I joined Down Valley about 10 years ago after being a freelance tech for a number of years. Joined as a PM looking after corporate shows such as the launch of Sky Atlantic. Then I became tech manager looking after some of the large broadcast shows, Britain's Got Talent and X Factor. Became tech director, and then towards the end of last year I became managing director.
Congratulations. We've got a fantastic set here, great lights, LED floor walls. How do we get this great show out to the online audience?
Yeah, so in the gallery we've got several streaming machines, so we are able to stream to YouTube, Facebook, all those sort of platforms that we're used to. Today we're using a system called Ibm Cloud Video, which is quite a professional end solution. It's already embedded into a number of corporate clients, so they use it for their video delivery, and we can leverage existing security protocols, and it's got end-to-end encryption to keep your content safe.
Could you perhaps talk us through some of the ways that we can connect with remote presenters, maybe people who they can't travel at the moment or they're in another country?
Yeah, so that's quite a question at the moment, isn't it? So we've got, we're used to using Facebook, Zoom, Skype. We've got several machines in the gallery doing all those things, and that's certainly an option that we can use. Downside of that approach is we don't have any control. We don't have any control of the bandwidth, the latency, the cameras that are used, the microphones that are used. It's all, consumer end stuff that's built into those devices. So we've got a professional solution to raise the production values up. It's called QuickLink. QuickLink is one of the products we can do. We can send a studio in a box to a remote presenter. That gives us a broadcast quality hothead camera, so we can frame the shot. We get great quality from that. We've got tight clip microphones built in and earpieces for comms if we need them. So yeah, really pro-end solution. It's good.
Okay, so maybe at this point we'll have a little bit of a demonstration. We'll go over to Jamie, and Jamie's got a setup in a green screen studio where he'll explain to us how you can use green screen technology for the studio in the box, maybe for an online event.
Welcome to the green screen. We've got the camera in front of us. This could be one of the studio in the boxes, or it could be a full studio camera. At the back, we've just got a green bit of material, and all we do is light that nice and flat. That way, when we're ready, we can key in a background that will match the main set and make it look like we're part of the main presentation. Or indeed, we can put me somewhere nice, like a nice beach. That's where I'd want to be.
Yep, don't we all?
Indeed.
Could you tell us maybe a little bit more about the quick links now, Pete? Maybe what they offer, how they could be integrated into the new workflow that we'll have.
Yeah, so we send Studio Box to the client, to the presenter. We've got a base station that sits here with multiple channels of video and audio. We can send bidirectional video and audio over those boxes. We can put multiple base stations in multiple venues. So if your event's got to be split up, you can't get your audience flying around the world anymore, then we can link those two venues together or multiple venues together with presentations, cameras, talkback, all the tools we're used to using for a show. So yeah, really nice solution. And another feature we're using is the Greenroom. So when the presenter dials in and we connect to them, they're able to chat to each other backstage effectively, and we're able to talk to them, get them feeling comfortable before we decide to put them on air. Then when they come on air, they're sort of ready, and you don't have those awkward moments at the start of the presentation.
Yeah. Like us.
Yeah, indeed.
So you mentioned the gallery there. Maybe it's a good time for us to have a little tour of that. So we'll go over to George, who can tell us what's in the gallery and what you can do in there.
Welcome to the MCR, our master control room. As well as being the hub for connections in and out of the building, the MCR acts as a standalone remote gallery and has already seen us run several successful remote production events. The gallery is built from equipment that is used industry-wide for events and broadcast, including but not limited to VT, PowerPoint and notes machines, to Sky Media servers and prompt inputs. As well as local operation, we can offer a web-based remote slide advance solution for those presenters who are unable to travel. These presenters can be connected using our state-of-the-art QuickLink system. This allows us to either send a studio in a box out to the location prior to the event, or allows presenters to give us control of their laptop, webcam and microphone. Both the systems establish a high-definition connection across the internet and allow us to send a unique comfort feed back to each presenter, allowing them to read notes or prompt, watch VTs and see the other presenters. We also have connections from our other spaces across the building, including our green screen, XR and main stage spaces. These connections allow us to send and receive video and audio as required, meaning that the features of this MCR are available anywhere in the building. The routing is managed by our E2 and we can record all of the feeds on our 10-way record rack. As well as being recorded, we have 4 streaming machines set up to output any destination globally. These machines run over our 500 meg building internet connection with auto 4G backup. All of the audio in the room is managed by a QL5 sound desk, which allows us to take feeds from all the local sources, the remote sources and the building-wide sources. We can then send individual mixes back to each destination as well as into our Readall comms system. The Readall comms system allows producers and technicians alike to talk directly to presenters and guests, as well as into our web comms system. The web comms system provides a video and audio feed into a pre-existing web conference platform, be that Skype, Teams, Hangout, Zoom or even 3CX. This allows a remote production team to join, watch, listen and then provide comments back to the gallery from their own location. It's just like watching backstage or in the green room on site. The gallery is designed to take up to 6 people with social distancing, but due to the infrastructure in place, we can provide video and sound links to anywhere in the building, allowing us to add extra operators or staff.
Thank you, George, for all that detail. That was great. So polling and voting is another function that we can add to your online event. Before we go into the next section, let me set you a question and we'll come back to it a little later. The question is, when do you see your next event being? And you'll have options there to choose from. While you're considering that question, let me introduce the next part. This is Back with Pete again, and this time we've got Jamie, who's remotely linked to us from home, and we're going to discuss the thoughts and considerations for planning your online event, and also how you can incorporate all the great platforms and functionality that's out there at the moment. Okay, we've got no Jamie.
Welcome to the MCR, our master control room.
So, Pete, question to you. How can you replace parts of an event for an online event? I'm thinking specifically things that would happen at a real venue, like networking, discussion groups, maybe breakouts, things like that.
Yeah, sure. So we think of the replacing the venue, we think of as the website. So we think you build a microsite and that's to replace all the functionality that you would have had in a venue. So we're talking networking spaces, we're talking all those sorts of things. So yeah, the website becomes the new venue.
It's good notion, isn't it? And we've got Jamie here, so now we've got you, better ask you a question, didn't we? So the technology is out there, as Pete was saying, for the interaction with the website. It's down to the agencies to work with us then to ensure the right functionality and interfaces and so on, right?
Yeah, correct. I mean, there's been a lot of talk around what is the right platform to use and what all the different platforms can do. However, if we use a microsite or a website, we can design that delegate journey as if we were there at the venue and interface all the best functions of these platforms and software into it. So like the normal kind of registration software we can build into the website. If we want to do like a one-on-one chat session, we can integrate Zoom and Google Hangout to that. And again, if we want networking, there's functions we can bring in, like you interfacing into LinkedIn. This kind of gives us the ability to design the space in an engaging way to help keep the audience on there longer and feel like they're at a real event.
Understood. Pete, what about some of the other challenges maybe towards either languages or disabilities for an online event?
Yeah, sure. So we're often asked to do live translation at a large event. We can replace that by doing the live translation and broadcasting multiple streams in those different languages. So there's no problem doing events in multiple languages. If we can also provide live captioning on the screen. That's a feature that a lot of streaming platforms have. And finally, if needed, we can green screen over a sign language interpreter. So all those things we're used to seeing at events and broadcasts, we're able to do all of those things.
Right, interesting. Do you see any real benefits to having an online event compared to a live event in a venue like we're used to?
Yeah, so obviously live events are best, and we all know that. But if we're going online, then a couple of the advantages are really that audience reach. There is no limit to the scale of the number of audience that we can reach for a live event. So the streaming platforms are all infinitely scalable, and indeed where people don't have to fly across the globe, potentially you've got a larger audience for your event. Another real advantage is the data analytics that can come back. So after your event, you can see who's watched what, who's engaged in what, and that's a really powerful tool post-event to follow up on.
Absolutely. Last question to you, Jamie. Is there anything else? Are there any other considerations that we need to think about when moving our events to any online platform?
Yeah, we just need to consider the online audience and remember that the attention span will be much shorter. People only maybe concentrate for 20 minutes when they're online, rather than the kind of 45 minutes to an hour we'd see in a live event. So we just need to keep that interest level up with the audience and get the message over to the audience in an efficient way.
That's great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all that information. Now let's jump into the live chat section, take a question from there. So Peter can answer it here in the studio, no pressure. And thank you for anybody who has put questions into the chat so far, actually, and keeping it populated. Here we go. What measures have you put in place to protect against COVID-19? Good one.
Yeah, so there's quite a number of measures we've put in. So first one is to reduce the number of people in the building, really. So a lot of people can do their work from home. That includes people like, that includes some of the operators even. So question moderators, things like that. Some of the translation can be done from home. So we can have operators coming into the event from home. Obviously social distancing is essential. So we've got quite a large studio set up here, which is really useful. Enables everybody to work nice and far away. A big element is equipment sanitization, so particularly microphones and pieces of personal equipment. We put in quite stringent measures to ensure all equipment sanitized in use. Yeah, I guess those are probably the main three.
Yeah, fantastic. Good question. We've got another one already. It's busy today. This is more of a technical one. What pixel pitch is the LED backdrop for each stage? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so what's in here is 3.9 mil. So this single batch of 3.9 that we've got. I'm perhaps a little bit close to the screen here, but yeah, so 3.9 in here, which provides a really nice canvas. And in the XR studio, we've got our 2.5.
Oh, we see. So right, better pixel pitch in there. Thank you for that info. Hope that was useful. Many thanks for that. Let's look at the responses to the polling question now that we set earlier. The question was, when do you see your next event being? And as we can see on there, the winner by a nose, 2 to 6 months. What do you think, Pete?
Fantastic.
Is that something like that?
Can't wait to get back to work.
Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it? Something like 2 to 6 months. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope you found it useful. We have some more announcements that are coming up soon, so please do follow Anna Valley and Matrix online and see what's coming up. Also, please feel free to post any further questions in the live chat or contact Anna Valley or Matrix directly if you'd like any more information or any more detail on any of this. We've constructed this demonstration today without any agency involved, without any creative production team, without any proper presenters. We hope you have enjoyed it. We hope you've seen some potential in this technology, and we hope you can take all of this and make something fantastic for your client's next event. Stay safe, everyone, and thank you so much for watching.